Our ancient ancestors from the beginning of time foretold the heavenly signs and gave us knowledge through the Holy Scriptures as our biblical guide. Spiritual realms and angelic light illuminates all darkness and brings forth truth in plain sight. Consciousness of Christ held within our mind emits energies of love and compassion and transforms our life, freed from bondage of our infinite thought. For the time is now for humanity to evolve, to go deep within. This is where our power lives. Into the soul vibrational spirits of love, we usher in the golden age of God's children, for we are here incarnated to become the apostles of New Earth.
Hello, my name is Paul Wagner, and I'm here with the Apostles of the New Earth to help explain the Accension process to the things that are necessary for us to get to the next level, which is the fifth dimension. That's what the whole point of this is. We have been here trying to help all that we can do. Everybody that I'm aware of, my friends like Aloia, that are here to help us in the path to ascension. I want to take a moment to introduce my next guest, Aloia. He's going to take his time out here. He's from American Hearts Radio, and he is right on time when it comes to the knowledge of the creators. Let's go to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Aloia with American Hearts Radio. When you're in Jacksonville, Florida, and if you have any small engine repair needs, check out the pressure washer store in Jacksonville, Florida, 5151-2 Sunbeam Road in Mandarin. Give them a call at 904-262-5700 for all your small engine repair services. Check them out. You need any parts or accessories for your pressure washers, they've got great products there and great service. Tell them American Hearts Radio sent you. Rock and roll.
All right, we're back. So this is my friend and mentor, Aloia, from American Hearts Radio.
I love you, Paul. Paul Wagner,
here.
everybody. This guy rocks. I tell you what, he knows what's up. He knows what's going on. And his insight, his intuition, his intellect, his knowledge and wisdom, man. Not just from experience, but he receives from God truth inside his heart. And you know, I'm grateful to be here, Paul, and I'm grateful that we're
Well, thank you very much. I'm grateful to put this thing together, because without you, this wouldn't be possible at all.
No.
And what we're really trying to do is just get the message out in as many ways as we can. You know, some people, you don't want to go door to door. I think this is going to reach a lot more people than we could ever do, knocking on somebody's door. Because you're volunteering for this information, and if you're here looking, that means you're concerned, and you're starting to feel what's going on right now, because right now we're in the middle of this whole thing, you know, going to the fifth dimension. I mean, going to the next level, going to the point of being space-worthy people.
Well, I tell you, it's the ascension process that has been talked about for thousands of years. You know, Christ talked about ascension. We are beings of light.
Absolutely.
You know, we are Christ-like beings. We are balls of energy wrapped around this costume flesh.
Oh yeah.
And we have powers and abilities. And our energy source, which is connected to source of love, which is God,
Yeah.
we are all connected.
Absolutely.
Every one of us, you, me, we're connected everywhere. Everything is light. Okay?
Yeah.
And we are children of God, created by God. And there's things about us that we were never taught.
That's absolutely true. There's many powers that we have that we don't even know of. Some people have it. Well, no, it isn't actually just some people. Everybody has these abilities.
Jesus told us that.
Suppressed so long by the narrative of controls, from which we've been born and have only known. And so we have to break free of the bonds of the things that we've been taught and the limits that we have, because
we're limitless.
If you realize that the creative nature of each and every one of us, then there's no way we could possibly be controlled the way that we currently are every single day.
Well, we've been controlled because there are bad entities in this world, in other worlds, in realms, dimensions, whatever you want to call it. They're real. And we are at battle with the principalities of darkness. It speaks of this in the Bible. Okay? Now, Jesus Christ was the truth, the life, and the way. That message got out. A lot of people don't follow his instructions. He said to seek the kingdom of God first. Inside yourself.
From within.
From within.
Right there.
That's where the power is.
It's not reaching out to some unknown heaven. Everything is already there inside you.
Yes.
It's in your DNA strand. It's there. You can't deny it. Science is pulling out more and more of these tidbits of verification of what we're talking about every day.
Well, the third eye is the pineal gland. We've got chakras, okay? The ancients spoke of this. The Hindus, Tibetan monks,
Absolutely.
The shaman. I mean, this stuff's been around a long time, man.
Yep.
This is not like it's all new age. No, it's actually old age.
Absolutely.
But they have dumbed us down. I mean, think about this. Our education system has totally brainwashed our children. In fact, I know somebody that last 9/11, she's a teenager, 17, and she didn't even know what 9/11 was. Now, think about that.
And the fact that COVID is we've basically missed a whole year. It's just gone. A whole year of education for a whole generation of people. That's sad.
Well, I believe that had to happen. I believe that was part of God's plan to lock this. The world was shut down, brother. I will never forget that. It was a freaky thing, dude. And that gave everybody a moment to go inside themselves.
Absolutely.
And a lot of suicide, a lot of drug overdoses, a lot of abuse, beatings, but a lot of people went into prayer. Okay? People.
I mean, have you noticed, just a thought of all those things that took place during that time, I really haven't seen the birth rate, go up like you would normally think.
Well, I believe this is what's happening now.
Snowstorms locally, you'll see a local birth rate go up. But I haven't heard if we've actually had a big COVID birth rate.
I don't know about all that, but I know one thing. The principalities of darkness are trying to take out God's children. There's depopulation agendas. Yeah. There are things going on in this world right now, and that darkness is being exposed. The truth is coming out. People's consciousness is elevating to a higher understanding.
Absolutely, every day. We're all feeling the energy. I mean, it's coming in on us, it's pelting us. If you're aware, you can feel it. You can hear the ringing in your ears, and you can just feel the waves just moving in you. Some days it'll even rob your energy. But it's been a great process, and I'm very glad that I'm alive here to see what we're about to see here, because that's never happened here before.
Well, there's weird stuff happening right now, and I always look back to, I did a lot of study and try to find a lot of answers through the Bible, the basic instructions, and I found that all the answers are there, and God speak like he spoke to Job, to talk about the Mazanoth, know about the Mazanoth, which means the signs in the universe for things to come, and prophecies and things foretold. Now, Christ had these powers. Benevolent being had the light around him, the halo, and he talks about Noah had that light, you know, and these people were real, man. And Jesus had the power to heal, power of resurrection, power to transcend, you know, power to know what you're thinking. I mean, Jesus had all these abilities, and he told us that we have these.
Right.
We are the Christ. We are the Christ Spirit, the love. That's what the vibration is. That's the whole secret, is love.
Yeah, the vibration of love. Absolutely. That's what is the whole reason for being here. Not to be on the other side, because basically what I see it is there's two ways. There's the path to self-service, which is what we've been seeing, experiencing, the selfishness. And then there's the path to light, love, and service to others. And that's the real message right there. There are two paths. There's no other way to explain it. You're either on the path of goodness and helping and serving others, or you're self-serving, and you are not on the correct path.
It's all about love, man. And if you follow the paths and guide, allow yourself to walk in the Spirit. That's a whole different thing, man, than walking in the flesh. Once you walk in the Spirit in complete faith, you're walking in light. There's a different power, a different feeling. You can feel the guidance. You can meditate. You can feel, okay, I'm not sure what's happening here or where I need to go or what I need to do, but I'll just chill. And all of a sudden, the universe will make things happen for you, man. God knows what you need. We're tapped into that. And that it's a guidance thing. It really is, man.
I mean, the key to that is just to quiet your mind, stop overthinking everything, and allow it to happen.
Yes.
That's the biggest
thing. Clear.
No matter if you're sitting next to a stream or you're, you know, however you find that quiet point where you can shut your own mind up and get to nothingness, to where you can actually just be. That's when the best notions come, and that's when the information comes in. That's
when
what
you
I
just
find.
bring yourself into the understanding of deep gratefulness for being alive and being able to feel love and to be love. And if you take that whole concept that you are love, you are the light of love, the light of the world, as Christ was. And you go out there every day, God will guide you, He will provide for you, He will show you the directions you need to go. And that's what the paths of life is. Instead, we were talking about the lyrics for that Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven.
Right.
Stairway to Heaven is inside yourself.
That's right. You
So
can't buy it.
What's that lyric? It says, you can go back, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, I mean, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road that you're on. Meaning, if you've chosen negative life, you can always change your way of thinking and instantly be forgiven. Because one of the key things I found all this whole thing is that you have to break down and you have to ask yourself for forgiveness. You have to ask others for forgiveness as well. And once you achieve that, then all the other notions and all the other understandings and all the connections start to take place. But that's the first thing right there, is forgiveness.
This is great, man. We'll be right back. We got this commercial break. This is great. Apostles of New Earth, baby.
Prayer for freedom. Today, Creator of the universe, we ask that you come to us and share with us a strong communion of love. We know that your real name is love, that to have a communion with you means to share the same vibration, the same frequency that you are, because you are the only thing that exists in the universe. Today, help us to be like you are, to love life, to be life, to be love. Help us to love the way you love, with no conditions, no expectations, no obligations, without any judgment. Help us to love and accept ourselves without any judgment.
Hello, Mr. VanZant.
Hello.
Johnny VanZant. I have traveled across the continent. and through all galaxies and solar systems to bring you the square to apply upon your forehead.
Oh no.
Yes.
No,
You will
please.
open the doors of your mind
No.
for $1.99.
For $1.99.
Yes, and here is your nice shiny penny. Here you go. Now I will apply
Oh,
the
this is
square
gonna be-
upon your forehead. Now feel the doors of your mind opening.
It's opening. I can see it now.
Yes.
Oh my God, I never knew it
Your
could.
mind.
It never could be this way.
You will write new songs.
Oh wow, I like that.
You will tour around the galaxy.
Oh.
You will for sure always be a free bird.
A free bird.
Yes.
I like that now. Do I have to keep this on whenever I perform?
Always
Oh
wear
my
your
God.
square. Tell all your bandmates to apply the square so they
square?
can open the doors of their mind.
Where are you at? Where you been? How you get here?
Well, we will travel now. Hold my hand. Here
Okay,
we go.
Here we go.
All right, well, we're back, and we've just dropped off on before that commercial break on a very, very solemn situation, and that is forgiveness. I mean, again, touching on that, that's the key and the total key to everything. If you want to love, you have to forgive. If you want to be loved, you have to forgive. If you want to be more than what you think you can be, then you need to forgive yourself for anything that you might have mistakenly done when you didn't know. Because in the end, we do really all have a past because we didn't know. We've been led in directions and misled in directions and misformed, misconstrued. It's been a very negative situation from the beginning, and so we're just now starting to emerge into a new situation right now, through love and forgiveness and the Christ notion, the Christ.
Yeah, the Christ mind. Yeah, the Christ. You know, the Christ is a actual blueprint template that it's spoken about in different cultures. The Christ, K-R-Y-S-T, the Christ blueprint and template is the soul blueprint of our energy. And so, you know, you get into anatomy within energy, and I find that fascinating because the energy itself has different, you know, your chakra contains and allows the flow of this energy to come through. All of that is connected to your soul, your spirit, your heart, your mind, but you're all as one in its consciousness.
That's right. You are different levels. You are different areas. You know, years ago I probably would have, scoffed at anybody said anything about start talking about chakras or any of that Buddhist stuff. You know, and to be honest, I didn't see where it fit into anywhere. But the more that I've learned, the more that I've experienced, the more that I've been gifted, the more I realized that is absolutely 100% true, and we've been misled, and that has been deleted from all of our teachings. You know, the fact that there are these energy levels and that we are nothing but light energy in the end. And so as we come through the darkness and into the light, we will see all this knowledge. And as you forgive yourself and forgive others and start to want to help others and consider anything you can do on a daily basis, things will improve in your life. I promise you that. When you start limiting your thoughts, all the negatives, you stop running all those negative scenarios around. Like you meet somebody and you start inventing things in your mind about what might be possibly negative about this person. If you quit entertaining those thoughts and you keep on a positive notion at all times, you see the war in Ukraine, and you just decide, I'm not going to entertain this, I'm not going to look at this, I'm not going to see just the horror that I know is going on right now. I'm going to concentrate my energy not on the negative, because that's just going to draw me in. I'm going to focus my negative energy on trying to turn something positive. If I have to be negative in any way, I'm going to be negative on myself so that I can always be positive. Because if you can't judge yourself properly, then how are you going to? So you have to keep yourself in check at all times with your own personal thoughts.
Well, that's the whole thing, is your thought processor. Now, what I was actually telling my executive producer the other day is I'm learning how to, and it's taken me a long time, but the power of thought in itself is limitless, okay? Our imagination, everything we create, everything we think, everything we imagine or dream of,
Absolutely.
we can make a reality. In your thought process, if you keep allowing these negative thoughts to feed into it, you conform to this world, and conform to this negative three-dimensional world, this negative cage, this negative imprisonment that they have imprisoned us as slaves in a negative freaking vibration.
That's right.
Lifting yourself up out of that and looking up, rising your conscious, rise your spirit above the bullshit.
That's right. Realize.
And now you're in 5D.
Yeah.
None of this stuff affects me one bit, and I cannot absorb it because I am so freaking, my light is so strong it doesn't even allow it.
That's right.
My thought processor of negative thought processor, you've got a positive thought processor, you got two little processors, a little on-off switch. I ripped out the negative thought processor. Gone. All right? It doesn't exist anymore. I don't have a negative thought process anymore. That, when you come to the understanding in your mind what is going to happen, anything that maybe you think might be negative turns into appreciation. Anything that might bother you a little bit, you shrug it off. You ain't worried about it.
That's right.
It's like what God told you. Don't worry about nothing, pray about everything. Don't worry about nothing, pray about everything. That's like the hardest thing in the world to do, but now I understand.
Right, right.
Because the positivity is in prayer.
Yeah.
And that is the most powerful tool.
It's not in overthinking and beating yourself up every day.
Now you're in
with expectations
complete
you set on
connection.
yourself. Yes, it's about just
Going
relaxing
within.
and meditating and just allowing it to happen. That's the hardest thing to do, is to give up control. You know how controlling we all are.
I ain't in control of
That's the
nothing.
hardest thing to give up, was that trying. I mean, I've been to some bad spots in my life, and the harder I tried, the worse it got. And I couldn't understand, how can I get up to a 75% failure rate? This is just crazy. So I gave up and I relaxed and I prayed, and it mattered. And I started getting information sent to me. All my feeds started coming in from my different media events, and it wasn't the wars, and it wasn't the gas prices. It was things on this ascension process, and so I started getting onto that, and I started really liking this. And at the same time, I also fell into some of the Native American culture,
like the Hopi Indians.
That I have a little Native DNA in myself, and so it sparked an interest, and I started looking at those folks and realizing that they were way advanced.
It's like the Aborigines in Australia. These cultures and tribes.
But wow, what the things they understood, the notions, the whole oneness.
Yes.
What is it? Nyastame?
Well, they understand the spirit realms.
Yes, absolutely. The connection. See, that's one of the things I scoff at religion about, because it's all about human beings, but really there's nature out there, and those 10 Commandments.
It talks about the spiritual realms in the Bible.
There are nature, and it's not all just about human beings.
No.
Because we're not the end all of this planet. Everything
We are powerful.
We are very powerful, but everything here is consciousness, and if you can't respect even a rock, then how can you expect to get respect for yourself or the Creator?
Respect everything within.
Respect all things, like you would want yourself to be treated. I mean, so the golden rule is what? Treat all beings as you would want to be treated, or all other people.
What did Jesus tell us? Love yourself, love everybody as you would love yourself. I think that's the hardest thing for people to do, is learn how to actually love themselves.
Absolutely.
I believe once you love yourself so much as Christ loves you, that's when things start to open up.
Oh yeah.
That's when your heart opens. That's when your pineal gland opens. That's when you start receiving.
And receive.
Because through that vibration of love, You have to have that vibration for yourself.
And you're making the first steps up into you raising your own frequencies and then receiving more. Because the higher you go on the totem pole of frequency, the better you are equipped to deal with the upper levels, which we are now approaching rapidly.
And the path of life is within.
That's right. Absolutely.
It's been great, bro.
It's been great. I appreciate this talk.
I appreciate you, my brother.
There is one, and when I look at you, I know you look at me, and I know we both recognize we're looking at each other right now in reverse. Because
Absolutely.
I am
It's
you,
weird.
you are me.
Amen. We are one.
We are one. That is the meaning.
Apostles of New Earth, baby. God bless everybody.
God bless.
Rock and roll.